We're at Hueman Bookstore in Harlem, New York, where John Hagens will be talking about his recently penned book, Yes, I Can. And with him, he brought former model Shailah Edmonds, who will be talking about the red carpet and giving us some tips on how to walk and posture and exercises. And then we go to Princess Jenkins from Brownstone here in Harlem, and she will be picking a few women from the audience and doing a makeover. So now let's step inside to Hueman Bookstore and step in style.
We're going to have some fun today. We have what I'm going to call the triple threat of Harlem. We've got amazing beauty in the room. We've got a fashionista extraordinaire in the room. And we've got an amazing fashion designer and a world traveler.
I'm representing the Brownstone, which is a contemporary lifestyle shop based here in Harlem. And basically what we do is the Brownstone is work with developing a wardrobe for a woman's lifestyle. We try to meet her fashion needs, not take her past where she is, but certainly enhance it, have her stand out, and really become a regal woman in everything that she is wearing.
My name is Shailah Edmonds. I know most of you have not heard of me before, but I have been an international runway model for many, many years. I have walked for all the major designers in the world: Yves Saint Laurent, Dior, Givenchy, Valentino. I can go on. There's endless names in every country just about in the world. And I have excelled mostly in the couture modeling, which is the very high fashion modeling, which a lot of people, most of the mainstream models, it takes a certain type to get to that point of modeling. And I feel greatly honored and blessed that I have established myself in that area. So not only will I just teach you regularly modeling tonight, but the couture way as well. After my international travels, I have settled in New York now, and I have produced an instructional DVD called The Runway to Success, which is also my website, runwaytosuccess.com. You have to know how to market yourself, what to say in a letter, what to put in a letter, what kind of pictures go on a composite card, everything that you need to know. It has makeup, exercises, grooming, of course, runway, photo movement, just the do's and don'ts, what goes in a model's bag. I mean, this is jam-packed with so much information. People tell me you're giving too much away for this little price, so get it before I change the price.
Before you change your mind.
Exactly. I happened to be working with a German photographer, and I went to pick up my pictures from him one day, and he had a one-way ticket to Germany for me. And I just, young and ambitious, I had no idea, I just wanted to model. And he says, if you're going to go to Germany, you got to do something to make it splash. You got to do something. And at the time, I was wearing an afro. You know, I was doing the press and curl and wearing the afro. I mean, I had a huge afro. So he took me in the chair and he watched it, and he trimmed it into this asymmetrical shape like a butterfly. It had one end going all the way up there and one end shooting out there. So when I hit Germany, that hairstyle, like he said that popped, that made that they had never seen anything like it. So my first job, major job, was on the television, and they had my voice dubbed over in German, you know, because I didn't speak. I was in the doctor's waiting room, and then I went on a hair show. I did a month tour for a hair show for Wella Hair Products. After I worked in Italy for a while, I noticed the girls coming from Paris, and I'm like, oh my God, these girls are so chic. I need to be in Paris. Adventurous as I was again, I jumped on the plane and went to Paris, and I fell in love with Paris. And I lived there for about 2.5 years, and that's where I just really made my mark. I worked for every top designer and traveled all over the world to Finland, Africa, Japan, Portugal, Spain, and that is where I met the dear John Hagens, who hired me immediately for his show, and boy, did we have fun in his shows. Oh my God. Every dress you put on, it just made you dance. I mean, it just makes you move, and I just love to dance. We worked for many years together and even sang together. He did a cabaret act, and I sang background. And even before I was modeling, I never knew that I could I knew I could sing, but I was never confident enough to really get out there. And John was the first one to put me as his backup singer there. And I've gone on.
Now you have a whole career in
Yes,
singing.
now I've gone on to create my own. I have 2 bands, actually, a jazz band and a Motown cover band.
I picked these 3 ladies out of the audience, very much like you. They came here tonight unexpected, here for the presentation of our wonderful traveling fashion guru here, and lo and behold, they were selected to be a part of not just the audience, but a part of our demo on this evening. Carla is a size 12-14, busty, And we wanted to put something on her that was not only sexy, but slimming, easy to work with.
And turn it around again and lean back a little bit and show the dress, okay? And when you walk off, just walk off with a smile. Let your face be the last thing that you see. Look at the audience, swing your arms, swing your...
Here with Ishani, I wanted to work with her natural hairstyle, which was very classic, and put her in something that was very simple but extremely bold. This is a hand-painted linen dress by artist Denise Goring.
One foot in front of the other. Swing the arms. That's right. Keep the head up, eyes up.
All right.
Times. That's it. Long strides of attitude. Swing the arms. Swing the arms. That's it. Yes. Good. 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 Yes. And turn around. Attitude. Keep the attitude. Looking right here. Yes. Good. Good. Good.
Travel has always been my passion, and I've traveled since I was a kid, locally, domestically. But as an adult, I ran into someone, I was 22 years old, on the street who said, you know, there's a trip to Rio for $365. I told 40 friends about this trip, and we went on this, and it was 9 hours direct to Rio. And when it landed, the most incredible people that you'd ever want to see in a language I've never heard before. I was inspired through my travel to do the fashion shows, and I'd come back, and it was all about movement, whether it was the show she was talking about was the rumba, the samba, or the tango. It was all about that whole Latin feeling. And there was a video, which is my favorite, where she's walking down, and this dress has these little drapes around the butt, and then it has this little pin. As she walks, it goes, doop, 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 like a clock. But I was honored down at FIT, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. Everything is a couple of weeks ago to me. Everything sort of blends together. But what happened was that one of the young ladies, our friend Olivia, managed to have saved some of the clothes, and some of them were modeled on the stage by her and Charissa. And I looked and I thought, my God, you can wear those clothes today, and yet they're 26 years old. And she saved them, which is, you know, I don't own any of those clothes, but I thought that's really amazing. And there was a big applause from the audience because they recognized the fact that they were so contemporary. And I think that's where clothes should be. And a lot of the stuff you see today really doesn't have any fashion impact. And somebody asked about the designers of today, like Tommy Hilfiger and so forth. And they asked, this was at the celebration at the Museum of the City of New York, what is the difference between those designers and you guys like Stephen and Scott and Willie and myself? And I said the difference is that they're cookie cutter and we were touchy-feely. We felt the fabric. We understood the fabric.
When I was working for Valentino, all the top designers, Yves Saint Laurent had this model, Munya, who was 5'7", and she came about here on me, and we were paired on the runway so many times because nobody knew that she was shorter than I am, because when she hit the runway, she held herself up so tall, and she had this presence on the runway that was just as equal to mine. And you know, it's a matter of what's here. So don't go anywhere with that negative thinking. Go in there to have a good time and know that you belong there and you deserve to be there just as much as anyone else.
Well, how come you make me feel like a shrimp?
Oh. Think tall. Think tall.
I'm Crystal Hart, reporting on John Hagen's book, Yes, I Can, here at Hueman Bookstore in Harlem.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. Give 'em a fever.